Welcome to the movie Madhouse. I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
And we are here discussing what is and what is not a streaming show.
Yeah, that's how we had to start, because I don't know if you're aware, but Yellowstone is in a really weird gray area of streaming originals. Because it's not a streaming original.
But see, I've never even heard of the Paramount Network. Now, mind you, back in the day, no one ever heard of Fox either until Married with Children came out and Arsenio Hall and...
Yeah, but there was a Paramount Network even back then.
Really?
Yes.
Where?
Like in that, like maybe just after that, but the Paramount Network's been around for a long time.
I need to look
It's
this
just
up.
its popularity has waned considerably, I think.
Because everything on Paramount Plus is from CBS.
That probably was some sort of buyout or something, but the Paramount Network's been around a while. I'm just saying. But that's where Yellowstone started. And that's where Yellowstone lives. It is a Paramount Network show. So it is technically a cable network show. But its spin-offs are Paramount Plus originals. And most people do watch Yellowstone on Amazon Prime, as I understand it, according to the things I was reading. So that was the argument. Whether to include Yellowstone on this list. I really wanted to include it. I think, James, you're saying it should be in consideration.
I'm including it as the lone exception, I guess.
All right. You just know it's been around for like 20, 30 years, right?
Okay. It was launched in 1983 as the Nashville Network.
That's right.
And then it turned into the National Network.
Yes.
Then it turned into the new TNN. Then it turned into Spike TV.
Yeah, that was the era when WWE was there, then the ECW. Yes.
And then in 2006, it turned into Spike. And it was that until 2018 when it turned back into the Paramount Network.
Okay.
Actually, now we know.
Okay. But I knew that network had been around.
Yes. But see, it was driving me crazy because I flipped through channels a lot and never had seen Paramount Network.
Well, it's on my channel package. I know.
Now I know
that. But I watched Yellowstone on Prime.
Every single... Oh, look at the puppy!
You look like you're being attacked.
No!
Uh-oh.
And that's how the horror film started.
Exactly.
No, I was just trying to.
He's a dog, and it's just covered in blood.
Yep.
She wouldn't go the other way around, so I was just trying to get her onto the other side. They're going outside.
Next time, get a chicken. All right,
that's a trail of treats.
Yep.
Shoot.
Works for ET.
Exactly. Interesting tidbit I just heard today. Apparently, this has been around a while, but Drew Barrymore said that on the set of E.T., she thought E.T. was real.
Well, no doubt. She was, what, 4?
Because
and a drunk.
Spielberg had the thing was always active, and they always had 2 handlers there, and they made her believe that E.T. was real, so that her reactions were legit.
I believe it. I really do.
That's cool.
I believe it. Like, when you're that young, you have to do everything you can to make the kids help the kids with the acting.
And Spielberg knew how to do that.
Yep.
He just, awesome.
So before we get started,
okay,
since we didn't talk about it last week,
I
want to mention it this week and see what your thoughts are.
Okay.
Have you seen the trailer for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thoughts? I'll start. I'm not crazy about the name.
It looks good. I like that Sala's back.
Yes.
It looks okay. The trailer looked pretty good. And yes, they're going to hit a lot of nostalgia. Okay, that's going to go a long way. But Crystal Skull really bit me hard. Like, and that's a fresh wound because I just watched it for the first time not long ago.
But see,
and maybe that's the problem.
It's not a bad movie. It just has a couple moments that are just way out there.
Oh, I did not like it though.
You know?
It to me it looked bad. Like the visual appearance of it. I could tell that it was on set pieces. Certain scenes.
Scenes, yes, you can.
I could absolutely tell they were on sets. And it took me out of it.
Yeah, Raiders was out in the jungle. Even Temple of Doom was out in the jungle.
Yeah.
Last Crusade, if there were set pieces, they were hidden well.
I haven't watched that one in a long time, so I don't know how it would hold up. I'm just not that big of an indie fan. Raiders holds a special place in my heart, absolutely. And I'm afraid to return to Temple of Doom.
It's still the darkest one, and I love it for that. You know,
yeah, I just don't know, is that gonna hold up? I feel like I don't want that one ruined. I want to just leave that one alone.
The opening is always going to be hokey because you've got Short Round driving that car around town, and Dan Aykroyd is the guy that's getting him the plane tickets. You know, like it's always a little hokey, that opening.
I know, but Short Round's back now.
Yes, he is. And they have Club Obi-Wan Kenobi, or Club Obi-Wan is what it's called. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
That's where the opening takes place, is at Club Obi-Wan.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Have you seen Everything Everywhere All at Once?
No, I have not. I have not had a chance to see that.
You are sorely missing out.
I know.
When you do finally watch it, that's when you're going to kick yourself that it took so long.
Yep. Oh, I'm kicking myself now because I know what I've heard from people, and yeah, I want to see it.
And stock or not, it's getting the award buzz.
Yep. Of course it
Plus,
is.
he won a Critics' Choice, was it? Kiwi Kwan, he won one already. And I think it might have been a Critics' Choice.
So what are your thoughts on Indy there, James?
It looks good. It looks better than the last one. There's been rumors that it's awful, but some people are always going to say that, and they likely haven't even watched it.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, James Mangold is a great director. He did Logan after all, but he also did like a ton of other awesome ones.
I just hope the title isn't indicative of the film, because I think that's the stupidest title on the planet.
Did you see the one where it had like Harrison Ford slumped in a chair and it was Indiana Jones and the like something long nap or whatever?
No, I want to watch that now. My buddy Darcy did send me one about Stormtrooper that gets laser eye surgery, can actually see, and just starts nailing everything. I'll send you guys that link. All right, let's get to our topic today, which is top 10 films on streaming services.
Series.
Top 10 film. Oh,
films was the last one.
Oh crap! I didn't edit. I thought I edited that, but I guess I did not.
This is
top 10
series, TV shows,
series,
multi-episodes, multi-episodic entertainment, that stuff.
Top 10 series on streaming services. Okay, let's jump right into that.
All right,
number 10, Jason.
Yeah, so this is where I had to call the Audible to get Yellowstone in there, so everything's shifting. So I got to take what was my number 10, which was Stranger Things, by the way. So that's now my 11. But this would be Loki.
Oh yeah, done forgot about Loki.
Loki, just to me is my favorite of the Marvels. It just because of what it represented and what it did, it blew everything open.
Yeah,
it multiverse theories like just captures my imagination. I just love multiverse theory, and Loki would led to all that in such a fun and completely unpredictable way. That show's you could not predict anything that show would do
No,
at all.
you're 100% right there.
So that just it makes it really stand out to me. Yeah,
Where did Jason go?
Camera's going wonky for some reason.
Yeah, I
So
can see that.
I kicked him out for a second, and we'll bring him back in. But you can still hear him. Trust me.
Yeah. So yeah, Loki. That's gonna be my number 10.
There we go. Okay. Okay. Yeah. What's up?
I got a secret message from someone.
You got a message?
A secret message.
A secret message.
And there's a present for you that has to be opened on air.
Okay.
So I had to interrupt you.
All right.
So don't give me that grumpy look.
I'll give you that grumpy look. This is the one Chris gave me last week.
Yes.
Okay.
So it needs to be opened on air. So go ahead and open it on air.
Well, we're in the midst of a.
Just open it.
All right.
Don't be dainty about it. Come on.
I'm not dainty. I just need to be able to use this paper again later.
Oh, jeez.
There we go. Ooh, wait. Oh, dang.
Uh-oh.
How does that come out?
There you go. Jeez. Do I need to get my 5-year-old granddaughter to come show you how to open a present?
That looks
Oh, wow.
like an original lobby card.
Ooh.
That's nice.
Oh, she's gone. Where did I gotta ask Chris where this came from?
Who was maybe the director?
Oh, yeah.
George Mihalka.
He was here.
Oh, well, no, he wouldn't leave that, would he?
That's. Is there a card maybe inside the wrapping that you missed?
No, there's like nothing.
Nothing inside the wrapping? No?
There's nothing. Oh, this is gonna drive me crazy.
You gotta think it came from Mr. Mahaga.
Well, no, he's not even in Canada right now.
No, but he slipped it to Chris, sent him to Chris.
Yeah, because he's always in Chatham.
Shipped it to him, something.
No, maybe. All right.
Cross paths at a con. Who knows? I'm sure you'll find out. But still, that is pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Like, to me, that is probably one of the more iconic 80s slasher horror posters, like horror images.
Yes. Dang.
That doesn't have Jason or Freddy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's gonna bug me now. Okay. James, number 10.
My number 10 is Treadstone.
Treadstone.
Oh, that's the Bourne spinoff.
Yeah, from a few years ago. It only lasted one season, unfortunately, but it was sort of like a side spin-off involving the actual like Treadstone company or whatever that developed Jason Bourne and all that stuff. Well, they're still in operation. I think because it's been a couple years since I watched it, I think they may have mentioned some of the name. Remember, they had alternate names for the company just to avoid being shut down. In Jason Bourne, it's like Green was in the title on, and like the Mist or the Street. Anyway, whatever. Outcome. They had a bunch of different names, and so they're still in operation, developing agents. But it kind of jumps back and forth all throughout the season, where you have a younger recruit who gets sent to go undercover in Russia, and he gets involved with a Russian agent who's trying to catch him, but they also have a kind of attraction for each other. And then you have her in the present day as an older lady still in Russia, but all these Americans and sleeper agents, people that are being activated without knowing that they were actually an agent. It's really interesting kind of behind the scenes to what happened in the Bourne universe. And it deserved more than it got, but I'm okay. I'm okay with the one season, but it was a little bit of a, oh, you're canceled, but we didn't tie up these loose.
That happens to a lot of shows.
That's why
Yeah.
why I don't like jumping into a brand new show unless it's really got something to hold me, because I don't want to get that heartbreak, you know?
No, I know. And this was one where by the time I finished watching it, they hadn't yet canceled it. So they gave me like a month or two of hope, and then
Yep. You think? Nope. Not for you. Good pick. Okay. It's going to drive me crazy. Whoever sent that, if it's Chris, if it's George, if it's somebody else, whoever sent that, thank you, because that's going to drive me crazy. Okay. My number 10, and I know it's going to get a bit of push just because the first season, but mine is The Orville.
Oh, I still haven't watched that.
I'm going to allow it because we're allowing Yellowstone. I will accept Orville because it does have a home on, is it Hulu now?
Hulu, Disney Plus.
Yeah. Now I haven't checked out any of the new stuff.
It is so good. I first watched it because I'm thinking, Seth, okay, it's going to be hilarious. And it's got some jokes.
Sorry. Are we identifying which streaming network that each show is tied to?
Go for it.
I can.
Okay. I almost excluded Treadstone because it was USA Network, but outside of the US, it was Amazon.
Ah, see.
And Disney Plus for me.
Yeah. But I started watching it because I thought, okay, this is going to be hilarious, you know, and I got watching it and it's got some jokes, but it's serious. It's like Star Trek.
It's a dramedy.
Yes. And it is so well done. I mean, this last season, it hits so many, Mark's laughing at me. It hits so many cultural points.
See, I watched the original stuff. I haven't watched any of the new stuff since its new home.
So good.
So I need to get caught up. But you're right. That's what the show did.
Yep.
Like I expected it to be like really, really, really zany.
Yep.
And it's not. I think how did I used to describe it? It was Next Generation turned slightly on its left.
I liken it more towards the original series. You know, it's got the New Generation feel, but the story structure and the way it goes, is a lot like the original.
Oh yeah, definitely a little more broader and
polished.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's so good. It's definitely worth watching.
But the stuff with the single gender race, that, holy cow, did that get deep.
And there's one called The Tale of Two Torga, whatever the child's name is. Because this race, when they're born, if they're female, they get turned male.
Right.
And now she's conflicted, and it was an amazing story about transgenderism in a science fiction story about an alien. You know, it was so well done.
That's one of the only times where modern day social justice issues, if you will, for lack of a better term, that was shoved in my face. I didn't care.
Exactly.
It was a good, compelling story presented in a way that I could accept it. It didn't matter to me.
Yep.
You know, Supergirl, on the other hand, was just like, here, take it.
Yep. You're smiling. You're going to like it.
Yeah.
Why is Mark laughing? Okay. It's not funny.
Hey, I cry at a lot of these shows, all right?
Oh, yeah. All right. Let's get to number 9. Jason.
Number nine. Again, going in that same territory. I just realized that. The Expanse.
Okay.
I watched it on Prime, and I didn't start watching it until it was on Prime, like the 4th season, where it started on Prime exclusively. And that's when I started watching. Like, I went back and started watching it. The Expanse is the best sci-fi television show I have ever seen. So they pride themselves on having, as realistic science behind their technology and whatnot, and how the effects of gravity and space travel. They really took effort to have realistic physics.
So, with the exception of Loki,
I know
none of us have actually followed the rules.
I know. So far,
let's do our top 10 original streaming.
Yeah.
Okay, but none of them are original.
Well, I think all the rest of mine, I think we're fine. Yes, all the rest of mine, we're fine.
Oh, Mark says you have a bad memory. Yeah, right. Only when I try and use it. What do I have a bad memory about? Oh, he knows something. Yeah, he knows
It has
something.
to be that.
What do you know, Mark? He knows something. Okay. Oh, now I know who to start targeting. I mean, asking questions.
You will give us answers.
Uh,
The Expanse. It's a phenomenal. Apparently, the book series is just long. Like, there's a lot of books in that series.
yeah.
But the show, I think it only had 6 seasons, but really tight story. Just shifts into some interesting directions, and it'll surprise you. It's one of those ones that'll just tear your heart out when you least expect it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
I'm sorry.
You figured it out, didn't you?
I think it was Mark.
Yeah.
Mark and I were talking about something like that. Was this you, Mark? No, I got to wait 20 minutes for the response. Only fun part about live, it's like waiting for the answer. I'm remembering conversations now that he mentions that. Flashbacks. Good choice. I haven't watched it, but I've seen.
Highly recommend. If you want to watch a good space show, check out The Expanse.
All right. James, number 9.
My number 9, this was highly recommended to me by my best friend Bevan, and he said you have to watch The Old Man.
The Old Man.
The Old Man.
The Old Man. That's the show. Just finished its first season a little while ago with Jeff Bridges, as he plays a retired CIA agent who has been off the grid with his family for 30 years, and his wife has recently passed. He's kind of estranged from his daughter, and the agency, for some reason, are now hunting him down, and you have them led by John Lithgow.
That's on Amazon, right?
That is on, I want to say I think it said FX.
Amazon, because they own
Oh.
Fox.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
yes, then.
Okay, that's where I think I've seen that. Oh, wait, wait.
It's Disney Plus.
Is it Disney Plus?
Disney Plus owns Fox. Disney owns Fox.
Yeah.
Oh, technically, yeah, I guess.
Stars.
And it's awesome. And I even misjudged how many episodes the first season was supposed to have. It only had 7, so I get to the end of episode 7. I'm like, okay, can't wait till next week. I'm like, wait, it's over? No.
That's the part that hurts with these new streaming series is you just get going, and it was Mark. Bingo. Thank you, Mark. An original half sheet. Yes.
It's an original.
Thank you very much. I'm remembering things now.
That's pretty sweet.
My brain works occasionally. It just needs a lot of poking and prodding. Okay. I'm
Nudge,
gonna
nudge.
log in. But I remember seeing that. I thought it was on Amazon, but I think you're right. Maybe it is Disney Plus.
If it's FX, then it's got to be Disney Plus.
Yeah.
That's Fox, right?
That's where all the Fox stuff is.
Right. Either way, that sounds like a pretty interesting show. Interesting casting.
Yeah. Jeff Bridges again. Well, and Jeff Bridges being a badass in the show, which he's usually a badass, but like actually doing Jason Bourne kind of badassery. And oh man, Joel Grey is in there as a older former associate. You have what's her name? Amy Mad. No, it's not Amy Madigan. Robert De Niro's love interest from Heat, Amy Brenneman.
What's going on, dude?
Oh, is Rob frozen?
Nope, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
There it is.
Yeah, it is so good.
Disney Plus.
Okay. I was wondering what the heck. Screens popping up all over the place.
Yep, I'm happy I finally found it. Look at that, 2 victories. Found this and figured it out. Mark, Dan, thank you so much for that poster. That's, yeah.
Okay, just on that, based on that look alone, I love grizzled Jeff Bridges. Like
Anything with Jeff Bridges.
come on, grizzled Bridges is just fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And his Obadiah Stane look, just that's an intimidating look.
Yep. Okay. Very good pick.
I gotta check that out. I gotta check that one out.
Yeah, and for only 7 episodes, they have slow reveals on why the CIA is after them and who's behind certain things. And yeah, I won't say much.
Okay. I have a new show to watch eventually.
I'll add it to the list.
Mine was also on Disney Plus. I know it's an original. It's Moon Knight.
Nice.
I adored what they did with Moon
Wait.
Knight.
Yeah.
Oh, Moon Knight. Okay.
Yes. You know,
yeah, absolutely. I can see that.
I used to
understand.
collect that book religiously, and I liked the show a little bit more than I liked reading the book, believe it or not.
Those episodes went by so fast.
They did.
Yes, yeah. That's when the Disney shows are really hitting. It's when they can pack so much stuff into such a short amount of time in those episodes.
Mhm.
Like you feel like you're getting a full movie experience, but it's only in half the time.
Yep.
That's when they're right.
Exactly. And Moon Knight's like that. So
I knew nothing about the comic going into it, so that's a good pick. I haven't gone back to it, and that says something compared to the rest of my list. So
fair enough. Number 8. Let's check out Jason's number 8.
all right, BoJack Horseman on Netflix.
I used to always hear about this show, and I'm just like, this doesn't sound like something anyone would like.
That's just it. It's a cartoon of that word of animal people living with normal people like they do, but they're celebrities and all this. And BoJack Horseman, voiced by Will Arnett, is a former TV star who's lost his shine, but he still lives the life. But he's a raging, like, in drugs, alcohol, all that, the Hollywood lifestyle.
Total Hollywood.
And it's got Aaron Paul voices. Oh shoot, I can't think of his name now, but he's his roommate / you don't even know what he is. He's just around all the time. But it sounds it looks stupid and silly and it's funny, but it creeps up with this drama and seriousness that will both disturb you and terrify you, and then have you just weeping by the end of it.
I don't like that in my cartoons.
It is.
Well,
this is
that's not true, Bambi.
This show is just it will play with your heart in so many different ways, and presented in such a way that it's almost jarring, because you're watching silly images. You're watching a talking horse, and maybe his daughter, having a heart-to-heart conversation, and it's weird, but it's beautiful. And there's an episode in the 4th season. I wish I could remember the name of it. The entire episode is silent until the very, very end, because he's going to an underwater city. So he has to wear an air bubble helmet, and he can't talk until he gets into a room or anything. Well, he never gets anywhere to be able to take it off, because he ends up on this weird, like, Looney Tunes-esque adventure. And it's not till the very end that he finds out there's a button on the side of the thing that he could have pressed, and he could have talked at any time. And you watch him go through this incredible adventure, and it gets emotional, and it's like a silent film.
Interesting.
That's what this show would just go in weird directions, and it's surprisingly beautiful to watch. Tally got me onto it, and wow, it's a great show.
Maybe I'll visit that one, because I know it's been on my list, tentatively.
It is a different type of watch. Just be prepared for something really different from anything else.
Okay. James, number 8.
My number 8 is Stranger Things. And it took me a while to finally get around to watching the show, and it took me a couple tries to get into season 1, But once I finally got through season 1, I don't know that I would say that I was hooked, but I was very compelled to keep going. And then the show's just gotten better and better through the 4 seasons, and I still can't believe the length, the movie length of almost all the episodes of season 4.
Exactly.
I haven't watched the last 2 movies yet.
Oh my God, they're at least an hour and 10 minutes to hour and 32 minutes, like right in there.
I haven't watched the last 2 movies yet. I'm still have to catch up.
What are you waiting for?
Right?
It was July.
It dropped off my top 10 list.
My goodness.
It started strong, but it just fell off for me a little bit. Like I still like it and I will finish it, but it lost a lot of steam for me somewhere in there.
The last 2 are good, are really good.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt. I just got to get ready for it.
Fair enough.
But I'm not surprised it's on either one of your lists because it's just
not on mine.
But I'm not surprised that it popped up.
But it is good.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would have probably been my 11 or
12.
Well,
I just made a quick edit. I had House of Cards in that spot, but that was only, while I like the show as a whole, it was compelling for the first 2 or 3 seasons because it was like, oh, he's now vice president. Oh, now he's president. Okay, now he's president. Okay, now he's president. Now he's
a little repetitive.
Oh, he's off the show. And
yep.
So Stranger Things still deserve to be on the list.
Perfect. Mine is the first offshoot that we were talking about early. I like 1883. A, because it's a Western. B, because Sam Elliott is in it. And C, because Tim McGraw and Faith Hill are freaking amazing in this series.
And 4, Tom Hanks cameo.
Right?
And 5, Billy Bob Thornton cameo.
Spoilers. I
Actually,
haven't
forgot
watched
about
it.
that.
I haven't watched it yet, but I will be.
There's nothing crucial about knowing those actors. Trust me.
What I've resigned myself once the season of Yellowstone's done, I'm going to watch one of the spinoffs and then go through them.
Well, right now there's only one,
but the next one's coming very soon.
1923.
Yes,
which doesn't look quite as compelling.
Hey,
but
bite your tongue. Harrison Ford's in it.
I have resigned myself to catch up and watch all the current Taylor Sheridan projects.
Oh, you must watch Mayor of Kingstown.
I've just recently heard of that one, but Tulsa King
and the first 2 seasons of Sons of Anarchy.
Well, I watched all that.
Tulsa King is very entertaining. It's just Tulsa very King different.
Alone, I want to check it out, and it's Taylor Sheridan. The guy writes gold for me. So,
except he doesn't write a lot of Tulsa King. It'll show, but it is entertaining nonetheless.
I've resigned myself to get caught up on the Taylor Sheridan.
And 1883 is badass.
I'll get to it.
Everybody is so good in that show.
I know. Across the board.
All right, number 7.
Got my list shifted. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I'm kind of doing math. Love, Death, and Robots.
Oh yes.
Oh, I still haven't got to that one.
Love, Death, and Robots. Just it's all that heavy metal-esque glory that I love.
James has gone off to watch it.
Good, he should. He needs to get caught up.
I didn't see that. I'll be back.
I like the anthology aspect. I like that it's the small, bite-sized episode. Like it's very quick to digest. You're getting so many different ideas and concepts, and we've only had, I think, one carryover so far. I think.
Okay, I haven't watched it.
You haven't watched it?
No.
Okay, I think there's been one.
I think I watched one episode that was claymation.
Did I show you the minis?
Yes.
The Night of the Zombies mini.
Yes.
Yeah, love that.
That was amazing. That was fun.
But I think there's been one carryover, like one episode that has connected to a past. So yeah, I just love everything about it. Because it's just that sci-fi, a little bit of fantasy, heavy metal, like I said.
Nice.
Yes, all of it.
Very good.
We even got some classic animation style, like Don Bluth kind of animation style in one episode in the first season, where it's terraformers. They're like redneck farmers on a terraforming a planet, but their machines are like power armors, and they have to fight off, like they're inside a force field, and there's alien like bugs, like Starship Troopers bugs coming in, and they're fighting them off. But it's all done in like the classic animation style.
See, that's cool.
Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna check it out.
you should.
Yo, you
I'm
convinced
surprised
me.
you haven't. I'm really surprised you haven't.
I know. I should see it. I will see it.
Produced by David Fincher.
There we go. James, number 7.
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
We'll just get this out of the way now because that's going to be my number 6.
That's my number 3.
I'm just
The show is just consistently solid. I remember I was wondering, like, well, Kevin Costner's actually doing a TV show, and I hadn't heard a lot about it, but it kept going. And it's like, oh, he's doing more of the TV show. It's Yellowstone National. I thought it was Yellowstone National Park, or it had something to do with that. And then my boss, when I still worked at the theater, recommended it because he had already gone through the 3 seasons, I think. And I watched the first episode. The first episode's like the length of a movie. I'm like, holy shit, that was.
Yep.
that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
See, I found out about it by watching 1883.
Oh, jeez.
I got 3 episodes into 1883 going, why have I heard this name?
Yeah. Because Taylor Sheridan, no, not Taylor, Tim McGraw and Faith Hill's character, or at least Tim McGraw's character, had shown up in at least 1 or 2 episodes. I think it was season 4.
Couple flashbacks, yeah.
And that's what it was. I think it was the 3rd episode. I was watching an interview with Tim McGraw. And he says, yeah, it's different from when I was first in it. And I'm thinking, wait, first in it? So I'm looking for 1883 part 1, and nothing.
Yeah.
And then suddenly Yellowstone. What is this?
And I'm sad that there's no second season to 1883, but
Well, there is 1923.
well, I can't wait. I'm also psyched for the 4-6s show.
Yes,
Yeah.
I just heard about that one, and I'm hoping that Jimmy's going to be in that one.
He's got to be in that.
Of course he is.
I Jimmy kind of broke my heart a little bit, and then then he made good, and
That and whenever Taylor Sheridan cameos on the show.
oh,
See,
such a douche.
I find he was written specifically for the spinoff because people are going to get so attached to him. They're going to watch the 4-6s just to watch for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I certainly hope that's the case. Even if he's not the center star, like he should be a solid
Oh, yeah.
support. Yes,
Exactly.
yes. But Yellowstone is just so good, and I generally turn off on a show that does a lot of music videos, but Yellowstone just has a way of really giving me beautiful imagery with those music videos, and it's been working. So I'm getting past it. Especially, have you watched the latest episode from yesterday?
No, I've only seen the first 2.
Okay, because I just watched it before coming here.
Gotcha.
I'm up to date minus yesterday's episode.
Okay, I do want to say, with no details involved, there's a scene with Beth and Rip in this latest episode that is one of the most beautifully romantic scenes I have ever seen on any screen. It's really a beautiful moment with them.
Nice.
Very nice.
So, I got that to look forward to.
I look forward to it.
And Rip, my God, before I even considered watching the show, like 2 years before I looked at the show, the women I worked with in the shipping room, Rip. Yep. Oh, Rip. That's all I heard. And then, who the hell is Rip? And then they told me it's Cole Hauser on Yellowstone. I'm like, Cole Hauser? That's where he went?
No, he's good.
He's fantastic. That's one of the most intriguing characters. I put him on the same shelf as, if you haven't seen the expansion, you won't get it, but why am I drawing it? Amos on The Expanse. A lot of similarities between Amos and Rip.
Very cool.
So, yeah.
Very, very cool. Let me see. Was that 7?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you're 7.
My number 7 is Sandman.
I still have to watch that.
Adored that. It was so nicely connected to the comic, but just enough tweaks to make it interesting. So good. Okay.
I'm almost kicking myself, but it would definitely be an honorable mention for me because it
There
was
we go.
one of the most beautifully stunning shows, like across the board, the story
Yep.
and the visuals. And I had nothing to go on from the comics.
Yeah.
So it delivered a perfect story for me.
There you go. All right. Number 6. We know you're Yellowstone.
Yep.
James, what's your number 6?
My number 6 is Castle Rock.
That's
And I would lean heavily on the first season while I enjoy the second season. It's the second season's mostly about the younger version of Kathy Bates' character from Misery.
okay.
The first season,
yeah.
the first season is just it's kind of like a potpourri amalgamation of a whole bunch of almost too many Stephen King literary references, but it's Bill Skarsgård is amazing in it. It's very different because he did this show, the first season of the show, and technically the second, I guess, in between the first and second It movies. And he's playing a character that's very, very 180 degrees from Pennywise. But you've also got Sissy Spacek in there, Scott Glenn, oh, what's her name? Lizzie Kaplan. No, Melanie Linsky. It deals with kind of like different dimensions, time travel kind of thing, and it's insanely good. The first season is insanely good. And Locke shows up in it. His dude played Locke in Lost.
Oh,
that guy.
Not
Terry O'Quinn.
There we go, Terry O'Quinn. Yeah.
Yeah, he plays the warden. He plays the warden of Shawshank.
You call it back there?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Young Guns. It's a Western. Excellent.
Holy cow.
Let me see here. My number 6 is The Witcher.
Still haven't watched it.
Oh, it's so worth it.
Sell me on it.
Still haven't watched Beyond this
and the game.
Sell me on it.
I don't have time. I'm trying to just go through mine fast.
Okay. Are you short on time tonight?
Well, no, we are not even halfway through the list. Oh, sorry, we're just halfway through the list, and we got like 20 minutes left.
Oh shit. Okay.
So I can cut through mine fast. That's all.
I'll stop chattering then.
No. If you want to talk about it, please do.
It's fine.
That's what I mean. I'm just reducing my chattering. The Witcher. Watch it. There we go.
Sold.
Henry Cavill is The Witcher. Okay, there you go.
I am
not anymore.
The whole his fascination with it. So that makes me think that okay, I'm gonna like it because his heart is in it.
Exactly.
So I should give it a watch
for one more season.
I'll give it a shot.
Anyway, number 5, Jason.
Because we all wanted to see Superman and Wonder Woman and all those people do some really sick and twisted shit at some point. The Boys. Come on. The Boys just... I knew nothing about the comic going into it.
Same here.
All those sick and twisted fantasy thoughts we've had playing with those toys back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Is that on your list, James?
It isn't.
Okay, because it's also my number 5.
Nice.
Yep.
It nearly made it. Yeah.
The chaos and carnage of that show alone, and the fact that they're not afraid to go outside the bubble,
and especially how cool the actor who plays Homelander, how cool he is in Banshee, and how insane and like sadistic he is in The Boys.
You talk about shows like this don't get the recognition they deserve because I don't care what anybody says. You put his acting performance in that scene where he's arguing with himself in the mirror.
Oh yeah.
Come on. That goes up against anything any actor, De Niro, all those people could fucking pull off, all right? Same fucking level.
I still wish they'd given us more backstory for Black Noir.
I liked what they gave us, though.
I liked what they gave us, and then
yeah, they have a habit of that, though. They'll drop a lot of hints, and then they'll get away from the character for a while.
And they still didn't. I mean, they don't explain like why he sees cartoon characters, and
I thought they kind of explained that well enough. It's all he had,
and why
Like,
he
it
doesn't.
kind of
I mean,
PTSD. Like
why he doesn't speak, and
that was revealed in the last season.
no, it wasn't.
All of that, yeah.
Not specifically why he doesn't speak.
His face was ripped off.
Well, yeah, but he regenerates.
I don't think he did. I don't think he could just regrow a jaw.
No, look, maybe those things are, dime a dozen at Walmart.
No, I don't think he could. Not that it matters now.
I just thought before they killed him off, spoiler, I thought before they killed him off, they would have revealed everything about him. But they didn't, so whatever.
Maybe there's more to come. Maybe we're going to get like he had a secret file that gets released on his death or something, and we get the Black Noir files.
Yeah, that's a spinoff I would be psyched for.
Well, no, I'm not saying a spinoff show. I'm saying like a this will be something that Homelander has to deal with because all this shit's going to come out. Although with the way Homelander's running right now, he's just going to put his thumb down and go, no.
And his son.
And his son, yeah. Yeah, the boys.
Very good pick. Very good pick. James, number 5.
My number 5 is The Man in the High Castle.
Oh, snap. I forgot about that one.
I remember hearing about it. And it's like, I need to check this show out. The alternate history. What if the Nazis, along with Japan, won World War II? So you have the U.S. split up, divided into like the Pacific West or Central Pacific or whatever. Japan has chunks of the U.S. The Third Reich has like New York and stuff, and you have like, and while the first 2 seasons, well, the first season is mainly just about that. It does go into the time travel alternate dimension thing as well, but they do it in a very cool way. They start in season 2, and like Rufus Sewell, who plays John Smith, or he goes through various titles in the German army, but he plays John Smith. His acting in this movie is just stellar. I don't know why he didn't get an award for every season it was on.
It's an amazing. I've only seen the first season, but it was amazing.
My dad.
Second season showcases Hiroyuki. I'm getting his name right. Oh, Shang Tsung from the first Mortal Kombat movie. Cary Hiroyuki Tagawa. His character, it has a very awesome emotional arc in the second season.
I haven't seen him in a while.
That is because, I thought he died. Did it? No, maybe.
I don't remember hearing that.
No, it says last time he popped up, it said NCIS Los Angeles last year. I thought he died. Anyway, yeah.
Well, he certainly hopes not himself.
I certainly hope not.
Great show. 4 seasons of gold.
Okay, number 5 for me is The Boys, so we go to number 4. Jason.
Number 4, Ted Lasso on Apple TV. So very strong chance you haven't seen it, but Ted Lasso will just make you feel good. That's the point of the show. That's the premise of the show. Yeah, it's gonna still punch you in the gut when you're not looking. And it's going to make you laugh your friggin' ass off. But Sudeikis' character is he's one of the most upbeat and optimistic guys ever. And it's just infectious, and he proves it. And it'll just make you smile on the inside and out.
See, I keep getting told that by Rochelle too. She loves that show.
And the sad thing is we only get 1 more season.
How many does that make?
I think that makes 4.
Okay. It's on my list.
3. Like it's Not enough is what it makes. Not enough.
There we go. That's always the thing about the good ones, though.
It is such a fun and such a good show.
At least they know when they can put out good stuff. You know,
Oh, they
so many shows get run into the ground. So
it's a very personal project for Sudeikis. So
yeah,
this started as an SNL thing, like an NBC thing.
Dang.
Because he did a little bit of a character like that on SNL, and NBC had him do that character for to promote NFL on Monday night or whatever, and it became this.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
So, yeah, check it out if you can. It's amazing.
I do want to see it. All right, James, number 4.
Okay, my number 4, I sometimes like to consider it just one long movie because it's based on one book, but it's 8 episodes. It's only 8 episodes. It is 11/22/63.
I still haven't checked that out, but I love the book.
And it's an amazing time travel. Let's stop the JFK assassination show. And the two best parts of it for me are James Franco and Chris Cooper. Chris Cooper, who owns the diner that has the time travel portal in it back to 1960, at least in the TV show. And he it's not a spoiler. He dies early on, but he narrates because he stayed up all night with James Franco trying to tutor him and tell him everything he knows about the past.
There is, and yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, pretty much every one of the 7 or 8 episodes, he has a flashback of him narrating certain parts of the show with parts that are relevant to what's going on at the time, and it's a nice warm hug.
Nice.
And it was shot in Guelph.
I believe some of it was
a bunch of it, because Guelph has a lot of the that era of houses, neighborhoods to shoot in.
It does feature Sarah Gadon, a good Canadian actress.
Gay from Letterkenny.
Yes.
There we go.
Which almost made my list.
Nice. Almost.
Almost.
My number 4 is Wednesday.
I haven't checked it out yet.
Really?
And I've got people yelling at me that I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
So.
My girlfriend is very psyched for the show. I think it looks awful. So
It's good. It's really good.
She's going to tell me about it.
Yeah. Number 3, Jason.
I'm hearing such great things. The Legend of Vox Machina on Amazon Prime. I know I've heralded this show before. It's based on the Critical Role D&D YouTube series, and it's such a fun animated show. All these characters are great. The story is a lot of fun, and it'll sneak you up with some heart shots again. But it's a little more adult and racier humor and stuff. So much fun, and the new season's coming in a month. Can't wait.
Nice.
Legend of Vox Machina. Check it out for all your Dungeons and Dragons-esque adventure.
Legend of what?
The Legend of Vox Machina.
Vox. Okay.
VOX Machina.
Interesting. Okay.
It's the name of their troop.
Interesting. I've never heard of it, to be honest.
I could have swore I've talked about it on here. Yeah. It's the Critical Role, massively successful YouTube channel. That's it's voice actors playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Very cool.
Like years-long campaigns.
Very nice.
And it turned into an animated show. Like they did a Kickstarter, and they wanted like 2 million. They got over 10.
Oh wow!
So it blew up.
That's 5 seasons.
They got signed for 2 seasons with Amazon, and the new season's coming very soon.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay. James, number 3.
My number 3 is Twin Peaks, also known as Twin Peaks: The Return. So this would be the long-awaited 3rd season that popped up on Showtime, and a whole bunch of people signed up for Showtime to check this out. And what was essentially one huge movie that they shot, and then David Lynch, because nobody could determine how many episodes this season was going to be, and then David Lynch just kind of chopped it up into 18 episodes.
Okay.
That's what it was. They shot it as one long movie, and then chopped it up, and it's like, oh, this is how many episodes we find out it's going to be. Anyway, it is so strange and
What?
so
No.
I'm
so compelling. And if you want a more recent taste of Matthew Lillard's dramatic acting, it's in the first couple episodes of this.
Mark's on board with your pick.
Yes, it's so good. And there is.
I realize you're baiting the hook with me for Matthew Lillard, but I'm sorry, I just can't do it. Lynch is a no for me.
Okay. Well, I can understand that to a degree, but years ago I got turned around on that. But if you do check it out, I will warn you, you'll get to episode 8 and you'll be like, what the fuck?
I don't think it'll take 8 episodes.
What am I watching? No. Trust me. When you get to episode 8, you'll be like, what the fuck am I watching? And then it goes back to the regular show. And it's just.
I'm quite sure I'll be saying that in the first episode.
Oh, it's.
We get what you're saying, though.
Well, and you got Colin McLaughlin playing 3 different characters. Because he's playing Agent Dale Cooper. Regrettably, not for very long. He's playing Dougie, and he's also playing Evil Agent Dale Cooper, who showed up in the finale of the previous version of the show. Legendary. It is something else.
There, 2 people have said it. So
I'm not sold. No, I can't do it.
Well,
what turned you off Lynch?
I can't do it. I don't like it.
No?
Lost Highway, just no.
Lost Highway is great. Mulholland Drive is even better.
All right, my number 3 is Yellowstone, which we've already talked about.
Yeah.
Jason, you're number 2.
My number 2 is
Topic change.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, that punched me. My number 2 is my number 2. No, I know it is Masters of the Universe Revelations on Netflix. Starts coming in strong with the nostalgia factor of my old friends He-Man and Tila and all them, and then delivers this just fascinating story because they quite literally blew up my old friends. They literally blew up He-Man to start the show.
Spoiler alert.
That's what happens. And then it just gets bigger and bigger from there. And it just, holy. And yes, there were tears involved on numerous occasions on this show. All right. It's for a cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
But they do this great thing in the earlier episodes of where they have flashbacks and it's like you're watching the old cartoon.
Very cool.
Like they showed it's new stuff, but it's made to look and sound like the original show, and then it had references to something going on in the new episode, like in the current stuff. It's really fun.
I have never watched it. I've been meaning to, and when it first came out, and then lost track of it until just now.
I've watched it 3 times.
That's a good sign. James, how many times have you watched it?
The only cartoons that I've watched as an adult really are Venture Brothers and Archer. So
you're sorely missing out, dude.
Well, let's find
out. Are you with Twin Peaks?
What's your number 3?
You mean my number 2?
Number 2.
Number 2. That's what I meant. Because your number 3 is Twin Peaks. I just wanted to bring up Twin Peaks again.
My number 2 is 13 Reasons Why, which is just an unbelievably awesome show, super emotional, and even though, you must. It's so good.
Mm-mm.
I mean, the first 2 seasons, it's about Clay and Hannah Baker, and then the third and fourth season, Hannah's out after the second season, so you wonder how the show can go on where it's Clay and the rest of his friends, but they're not focusing on Hannah Baker anymore. But they find a way, and it's very compelling. And even like season 4, you've got not a cameo because he's in there as a recurring role, but Gary Sinise as a therapist.
I might actually have to watch that.
I can't do it. Knowing the subject matter, I can't.
Oh, it's so good.
I can't do it. I know I can't.
I knew the subject matter.
Hit too hard.
Knowing your limits is important.
I'm not going to say it's not heavy, but it's so good.
Reason why I won't watch Marley and Me. Okay, I know what I'm going into with that movie. Oh, I can't do it.
Yeah,
it's way better than Marley and Me.
Fair enough. My number 2 is Andor. Just love that show.
I have not checked it out, and yet I'm hearing all this low key buzz on it.
It's good.
So it's good. It is good. You just
All right, Jason, number 1.
How do you not know the answer to this?
Clerks is not a series.
No,
okay.
No. I already said the name of it. It referenced it once briefly. Like
Twin Peaks?
You really don't know me.
Twin Peaks?
You still have homework for this show. I gave you this homework like 3 years ago, and you still haven't done your homework on Letterkenny.
It's longer than 3 years ago.
Letterkenny / Shorzy, because I love Shorzy just as much. It's it's pure Canadian. I just love it so much. I will herald Letterkenny and Shorzy till the day I die. I just love those shows. I love the people involved. Just more.
There we go.
New season coming Christmas Day.
Nice. James is here watching now. Hey, James.
Hey, James. So yeah, Letterkenny.
I've now stepped a little further into being able to accomplish that because I've had those files forever, but I could just never sit down in front of a computer to watch them. I have now established a Plex server.
Okay.
So I can watch them on my TV.
Gotcha.
Did that yesterday. So now I should be able to get through them.
Yeah. I'll believe it when I see it.
James said, sorry, I'm late. That's okay. We'll let it slide this time.
We'll let you catch up. We'll wait.
That's right. Go back and watch. We'll wait. Wish I had little music to play now. Okay, James, you're number 1.
My number one is Penny Dreadful.
Oh,
probably some
first season of that.
Probably some of the best acting of all the actors involved of their entire careers. It's just the show gets better. Well, I mean, there's only 3 seasons, and it's one of the rare shows where, and it's not a spoiler to say, that they planned. I've heard various sources say they planned for 3 seasons, and at the end of the 3rd season, you actually have the end comes up.
I should go back and finish it because I only watched the first season.
Yeah, because it only gets better from there.
And see, that's a name I've heard a lot, so maybe I will check that out.
And I still love how they work in all the classic movie monsters, but in such a well done way.
Yeah, it's definitely a different take on some of them, how they handled them. Very similar in the style of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, but much more darker and more serious tone.
The only one they really don't. There was rumors that there could have been a 4th season because they mentioned one of the characters going off to Egypt in the 3rd season. Excuse me. So that would have introduced the Mummy, but it didn't. But you have there's a character in season 3, Dr. Jekyll, who by the end of the 3rd season, it's not a spoiler because he's called Dr. Jekyll. It's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He never actually turns into Hyde. Dr. Victor Frankenstein always mentions how he's like, Henry, you must keep that temper of yours in check. But he's Henry Jekyll. He's a doctor. He's a psychiatrist or whatever, and treats mentally disturbed patients. And hates his father, who married his mother, and his mother died. But when his father dies, he'll inherit his long-awaited title and the fortune he deserves. So by the end of the third season, right near the end of the episode, his father has died, and he's talking to Victor saying, "Oh, my father's died. I've inherited the money, the wealth, and the title that I deserved." He goes, "Well, then I should address you as such. Farewell, Lord Hyde." And it's like, oh my God, it's Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. But he never actually does the whole stereotypical turn into a hulking beast or murderous guy. It's just, it's a nice little wink.
Very interesting. Maybe I will check that out.
I should go back to it. I really should.
Where did it go? Nathan's here too. Nathan said, "Hey, g'day, guys."
Hey, Nathan.
Hey.
And I will say, the spinoff that only lasted one season, Penny Dreadful City of Angels, was not a bad show. It was a well-made first season. It's just after 3 stellar seasons, you watch this one, it's very different, and it doesn't deal with any classic movie monsters. It's like they shouldn't have called it Penny Dreadful.
Interesting.
Because it had an expectation for me that it didn't meet, because the awesome 3 seasons was hanging over top of it, and it wasn't nearly as good.
Okay.
I honestly didn't realize there was a spinoff.
No. But now we know.
No, he's half the battle.
Yo, Joe. All right. My number 1 is Three Pines. It's on now, and it needs to be watched.
I'm not including it because it's too fresh. It hasn't finished yet. That's the only reason it's not there. It's the top of my honorable mentions.
It's there.
Oh shit!
It's worth the watch.
I got to watch the latest episodes yet, but yeah, those first 2 episodes, phenomenal, and it's just awesome to go. I know her.
Yeah. Well, above and beyond that, like, the story is amazing.
Yes, it is. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But I just like going. I know her.
Oh, dang, Watchmen. I forgot about that.
I never checked it out.
Oh, it's good.
But I heard
it is good.
Things though, like,
oh no, it's good because it takes off after the comic, not the movie.
Okay. All right.
I had that in Lovecraft
season, right?
Oh, yeah, that was all it was planned.
Yeah. I had Watchmen and Lovecraft Country on my list, but then it was like HBO. Okay, I'm going to axe those because they're HBO, but 2 very unique seasons, Lovecraft Country and Watchmen. Lovecraft Country is almost a different genre every single episode, even though it follows the same storyline. It's out of this world.
Cool. So Nathan's calling you guys out. Rob said he finally watched Bad Boy Bubby. Have you fellas watched it yet?
I have not. I'm bad.
Okay. If by next week Rob watches the entirety of Letterkenny,
I will settle for 1 season.
No.
I think I have seasons 1 and 2.
I will settle for.
I'll watch them all.
I'll settle for those first 2 seasons.
I will settle for as far as I've watched, which I think is the first 9 seasons.
You're only like 2 seasons off because 11 is coming out.
There you go. There's your mark. You have
all
to
the
hit.
holiday specials.
I'll watch what I got.
St. Perfect's
You
Day.
guys watch Bad Boy Bubby.
I will do my Bad Boy Bubby homework. I will
try.
I promise.
All right. Now, before we sign off, I had to make sure we had a moment to talk about this.
Okay.
Because this guy was amazing.
Yes.
And Pedro was awesome too.
Oh yeah, there is that other guy.
I was so sad to I was very bummed to hear about that.
Right.
Yeah.
I know I got it. I think it was one morning I had someone text me and going, "Did you hear?" It's like, no, because I didn't know he was ill. And it's just a shock.
I think I saw it. I saw it, and like 10 minutes after I saw it, you posted about it. So
yeah. Well, that was the thing. When I found out, I wanted to wait until his family posted. And then we're able to chat about it, because before then, you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you don't want
stepping on toes.
Exactly. You want to make sure the coast is clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was such a loss for him. Like,
yes, he will be missed.
Breaking my heart. But I had to use that picture because James is right. That's your first in-person interview, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
And he was very cool.
Yeah. All right, last comment because James got it in here real quick. I liked The Witcher, but next season up in the air with Mr. Cavell. No, he's in for season 3. After that, he's done.
Right.
So you're still good for another season.
He's gonna set the place on fire as he walks out the door.
That's right. Go ahead, try and beat
he's taking
this.
the swords with him.
Try and beat this.
He's gonna pull a Reynolds and take the suit with him, take the swords with him.
Yep. You're gonna see season 4. Some guy's got a couple little pieces of leather tied on. Costume is gone. All righty. Well, in that case, for another week at the Movie Madhouse, I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
We'll see you later.
Bye.
Toodles.
Shut up! It's a man!